From the start, baby, you were a keeper. Even when you get on my nerves, I would never leave you. I would never leave you. Said I bless the day when we met, girl, you sing me. When we fell in love, yeah. Baby, when we fell in love. When we fell in love. I remember when we fell in love. I miss the day we fell in love. Baby, oh my, getting next to you, my heart skips a beat. Baby, when we fell in love, you make me happy, I knew that we would be to that deal was part. When we, my.
TP, look, they get it, how they live it. Yeah, they live it, how they
Save big during the Rooms to Go anniversary sale with our best finance offer. 66 months interest-free. Shop living rooms, bedrooms, dining rooms. On sale with 66-month interest-free financing.
DJ Hershey, let it bang at the side. Want a music revolution? Yeah, you come to the right spot. Oh, you wanna bubble with the beat? This FUBU Radio, Atlanta family. Cornelius gon' call them up. Y'all been knowing this for a while. Quit playing like you don't know. Turn the volume up real loud. You gotta feel it when it's that dope. You know you're rocking with the best right now. This is FUBU Radio, so don't you dare touch the dial. We slow. What you listening to is Radio. You should already know.
We know what time it is. This is the Kiss Radio Show live here on FUBU Radio. Once again, I'm your boy, Court DJ Hershey.
Your boy, Cornelius George.
And it's Sister Cypher.
We in the building again. Y'all gonna have to bear with me today.
Ew, I hear it. I hear it. You sound like spring is in the air.
Oh my goodness. Don't like it. I don't like it. Move here and down south, and it's been hitting me all in the face like clack, 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 clack.
Don't blame that on the South.
Sinus issues, definitely the South.
I never had this problem until I moved here.
Okay.
But it's beautiful. It's beautiful. That's why we also have like these great season changes. When spring comes, everything looks so amazing, and just a couple people sneeze more. Who cares?
And you know what? And we can start and do this over again because I didn't press record.
Okay, let's do that.
So we just stop at the beginning. For the listeners, yeah. What's going on? This is your boy, Core DJ Hershey.
Your boy, Cornelius George.
And this is Sister Cypher.
Welcome back to the Kiss Radio Show live here every Sunday.
On FUBU Radio.
On the FUBUs.
On FUBU.
I don't know what she said.
I don't know.
Forest Bias. I just felt, y'all.
She said FUBU.
Okay.
How y'all doing today?
Doing
Absolutely
good.
wonderful.
Good. I'm not.
I can tell. What's
Why
going
not?
on?
What's going
Why
on
you
with you?
sound like that?
Sound like DMX.
You got a cold? Son?
Spring.
Don't blame it on spring.
Sinus issues.
Look, I never had this problem till I moved to the South.
What is he blaming it on? The girls in the South? Did you catch something, son?
No. Let's not put that in the air.
Maybe somebody didn't agree
Look,
with
that's the one thing in the air we don't need.
That's the one thing, right?
Hey, we got a special guest in the house. The Bobby B Face.
Bobby
B-Face.
Bobby V.
Bobby V Face.
What's up?
Welcome to the show, Bobby V Face. Mo is out. She's taking care of some family business, but that's all good. Topic of the day. Y'all were talking earlier. Well, actually, Cornelius hit me up once I sat down about some prospects.
Yeah.
Prospects?
Yeah. Which made me wonder, because this was the topic the other day already.
All right.
When it comes to dating and relationship, is there a threshold? I know they say age ain't nothing but a number.
If you Lionel Richie, and that's true.
What's that got to do with it?
All right.
Who did
I'm scared to
I don't
ask.
even know what happened. What line?
Lionel Richie and his significant other about 30, 35, 40 years apart.
Okay, and how long they been together for?
I don't know. Maybe since birth, her birth. I think Lionel Richie was at the hospital going, though, I'm going to find her in about 22 years.
So you saying
He was at the hospital going, though, that congratulations, cuz in 22 years, she's going to be mine.
so he doesn't frequent lounges or church?
Yeah. No,
or outside events.
He played a long game. He ain't R. Kelly. He wait. I'm gonna wait you out.
Ooh, scary.
Wow.
I don't think R. Kelly ever waited.
He didn't. R. Kelly like the microwave. I want it now.
Now. I don't. Ew. Okay.
Exactly. So, which brings us to the topic of the day. Is there a threshold? Is there like that timeline that you would not go too far old or too far young when it comes to dating or your significant other?
I think that's a pendulum type swing. You know what I'm saying? I think.
Okay.
When you're young, I think let's say if you're in 8th grade, you're dating somebody in 6th grade, it's frowned upon. Oh my God, you like them young. You know what I mean? So.
But they're both in middle school.
I know. So I mean, just how people look at the pendulum. You know what I'm saying? So as you get older, it starts to swing a little more, and the older you get,
Because I guess the more legal you become,
yeah,
it's just based on you two at that point.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying?
Yeah. I mean, so think about it. If you 30, you might not date somebody 20 because of life experiences.
Well, see, that's what I'm saying.
Might not, but at 40 and 50, those 10 years don't matter as much. So if you fit in G40, or vice versa, you don't really care about that.
So you think a 10-year period is kind of like fair after adulthood?
Yeah, at a certain point in time in adulthood, think about it. You're 20 and they 10. That's you going to jail. If you're 20 and they 30,
to jail.
I mean, yeah. If you're 20 years old and they're 10 years old, it's 10 years different. You're going to jail.
I mean, I get that.
You're going to jail. But if you are 50 and 40, it's not a big deal because of life experiences. So I think life has a way of adjusting your numbers.
Do you think it makes a difference as far as gender is concerned? Like who's older and who's younger?
Yeah, that's the other thing.
I think society has dictated that for a long time, where women were always encouraged to date older guys because women supposedly had matured faster than guys. So they wanted to get the older guy who was more established and who could provide for them. Then they get to be 40. The guy dumps her for somebody else, 20 or 25, and then she wants to be a cougar now.
Now, you know what? I personally have had personal feelings about that statement about how women mature quicker than dudes.
Because I was about to say that's not a supposedly. That is a fact, Jack.
Now, are we talking physically or mentally?
I'm talking about emotionally and mentally.
I don't know. I think
can't
that
agree
came
with that
from most older gentlemen were more established, and they could, do the quote unquote role with the things the guy were to doing. He could provide and do all those things. So they find an older gentleman who could take care of you, who could provide those things that women were told to do, especially during that time period. So I think as women have started to become more independent, I think they start, I don't really need the older gentleman who's doing that. I can do things on my own. And I think that's kind of going out the window.
But when you look at early childhood development, right? Like, first of all, boys are born without their full brain completely developed, right?
So are girls.
Well, no. While girls have it completely developed. And understand that I'm not saying one is better than the other or anything like this. This is a fact. I'll pull it up for you.
Right.
And then when you
who
also...
factualized it?
And then that's just science. That doesn't mean anything. I'm just bringing facts about science.
Okay,
right?
so women mature faster than guys.
That has nothing to do with maturity either. I don't think necessarily. I'm just pointing out a fact that boys are born with their brains not completely developed, and girls are. So
where are you going with this fact, though?
So the direction I'm going is that then as you get older, a lot of times, most of the time, you'll see that children, for example, little girls are a lot more verbose, right? It's a lot easier for them to express themselves and talk. If you look at two 2-year-olds or 2 3-year-olds or 2 4-year-olds, the girls usually are able to communicate a lot better, right? Is this true? Yes or no?
I-
And if you don't know, it's okay to say I don't know. I just know this because I was a preschool teacher, right? So this is something that we learn as far as how we're supposed to interact with them and move them forward through school. Now, you're a middle school teacher, right?
Yeah.
So you look at it from possibly a different way. What do you see in your classrooms? I was just going to talk about early development because that's what I know. What do you see?
I think I see it's about even. I think it's more about socializations as far as who is allowed to or who's encouraged more to speak up and who's not encouraged to speak up.
Okay, I can see that.
So I think that's more where it comes from.
You think women are encouraged to speak up and boys are encouraged to shut up?
I think, yeah, on some levels about as far as sharing feelings and emotions and those things there.
I would agree
okay.
with that. Hey,
Okay.
Coming from that standpoint. But I think when it coming to sharing opinions about things, I think guys are more encouraged to do that part.
Okay.
What do you think? You know what I'm saying? I mean, asking guys, what do you think? And then girls are taught sometimes to repress that. And then it comes up violently, like, you're going to listen to me. You hear me, you know, all those things. So I kind of see it.
I can see that. Absolutely. Absolutely. So what does that mean when you're dating somebody? Like for me personally, if you ask me, I could never date someone younger than me, I don't think, because when I talk to gentlemen younger than me, even if it's like 2-3 years, I really feel a huge difference in maturity levels. But of course, this is one person talking to another person. That's a very small space in this whole massive world. So for me, and this has nothing to do with socialization, right? This is just me personally. And I do know also when I look at couples that are different ages, it looks peculiar to me, right? And in other countries, it's really it happens a lot. Like you'll see a lot of couples like that. It's nothing to see an older man in a club. And when I say older, I mean like 60s and 50s. While here, you know, you walk into some clubs and you feel old, like I shouldn't be here. All these young girls, you see a lot of couples where it's a younger person and an older person. But here, I feel like I always take double takes.
So
and I'm
you
wondering,
saying-
like, is that a relationship with a prostitute or is that her daughter? I'm just telling you the truth of what I think.
So you saying if you saw Morgan Freeman and Megan Good walking in the club,
First thing I'm thinking, if that ain't her daddy, the second thing I'm like, oh, well, is that
Sugar
sugar-
daddy.
is she getting paid to
Sugar daddy,
be there?
or the trophy wife, I mean, and I think that's
That's
where
my
they come from.
third thought.
Oh my God, you with her because she's the trophy. She looks good. What else does she bring to the?
And I'm not even looking at what he's thinking. I'm looking at what she's thinking.
It's getting her. I mean, think about it. So I think as society has moved forward a lot now, you see a lot of those other types of relationships with the older women with the younger guy. You know what I mean? So I don't. It's kind of odd to me too, because I'm like, what can you? It's like my son is 18. What would a 38, 28-year-old woman really want with my son who's
Right.
18? I mean, I know what she wants from him.
Well, let me ask you this without putting you in a spot, right? But what about when you see like his homegirls? Like, and you listen to them talk, and I'm not trying to put you in a position, but do they seem like totally way too young for you? Do they feel like their conversation is
They're
just
children.
beneath you? That's what I'm saying.
I mean, if you're my kids, if you are my kids' age, and I listen to teenagers talk all the time, they're teenagers. There's nothing ever romantically I could ever have with the teenager. They're teenagers. Mentally, physically, they're teenagers. Their life experiences are different than mine.
Right.
I mean, we could talk about music. Now, we have, like, my students and my son's
we can't
friends.
even have that conversation.
Right.
No, but we'll talk about music because they talk about, you know, they do listen to older stuff too. And we'll talk about it and we'll go, who's got something better and who compared to this. So it's always a limited thing before it's life experiences. Nah, me personally, I can never see it.
I've tried that one time. Like for instance, my oldest daughter, she was like, Dad, you need to maybe start dating with women my age. And I said, baby, what? And, you know, some of us are mature than some of the ones your age. And I was like, well, so this is the thing. And you know for a fact, I didn't date this one particular woman because I thought she was the same age as my daughter. That conversation in itself, for me to have with my daughters, it's uncomfortable to me. So I would never
Right.
introduce that into my home, one. And for me, you had mentioned about the music part. I can't even have that conversation. Yeah, they've heard it, but we were in an age where it was brand new when it came out. We felt that music. Like you talk about your phone mixtapes all the time,
Yeah.
CG. You
Yeah.
know, you girl, I can't express myself, but listen to this. You know, when we had Jimmy, when we had Jimmy Gates from Silk in the studio,
And now they playing Cardi B or
right. So we can't have that conversation because our line of music, they're speaking to you, right? They're stimulating your mind and kind of making you think what you're actually saying. The music now, they just tell them, hit it, quit it, get it, come and get it. And
But that's not entirely true. I mean, you've got she or her, H-E-R.
Wah, wah, wah. You got her, who?
But I'm just saying that's not entirely true.
Okay,
right?
that's they one.
Okay, that's it. That's all I got. No, Annie,
they
Ari
were.
Lennox. You know, they've got. Am I messing up everybody's names right now?
Yes, you are.
No,
but-
you're not messing- I know who you're talking about, but I'm
Either way, I get what you're saying. And for us dating somebody, I think it's still a pendulum when it gets to age. Doesn't matter at a certain point in time. I mean, so for some people it don't matter, you know what I'm saying? But like if you 60, don't nobody care if you date somebody 80 years old.
Well, what did you think when you saw like Mariah Carey with Nick Cannon? Was that bizarre or normal?
I didn't.
You didn't think anything about it.
I don't know how old Nick Cannon is today.
Yeah, I really didn't think anything about it.
Like, how old is Nick Cannon? How old is Mariah? I don't know that.
I mean, I was like, that ain't gonna work immediately,
Like, but
because of the age difference, and then what she represents as far as all this glamour and beauty and who she is in the world. And that is, takes a lot to keep that up. Things are changing, and Nick Cannon, who he is, and how much
that's
money
about
he has.
But that's personality. But
it
as far as they
also-
look together, they was fine.
Yeah,
I didn't even think about it.
I don't think that has anything to do with maturity. It does have anything to do on their level of navigating life. Because I know young people that have a older mindset, and vice
Absolutely.
versa.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of weird feeling. So I wanted to bring that up because of that situation. Because of what Cornelius kind of said. Who was the options that you gave me?
Who was it? Diane Carroll.
Diane Carroll. When you had said that, I had just recently was on IG and I saw a picture of Felicia Rashad. And I think in this picture she had to be in her 30s. You talking about Claire Huxtable? Yeah, I can see why.
So okay, so you and date for Felicia Rashad now?
Oh yeah.
Today you would date her today.
But you saw a
Today,
picture of her in
no.
her 30s.
Huh?
Oh.
You would do it today?
No, not today.
And this is coming from looks.
Yeah, of course. Well, no. So first of all,
It's based on looks.
no.
That's okay. I mean, be
So
real.
my first introduction to Felicia Rashad was obviously Claire Huxtable. So far as I know, I wanted a Claire Huxtable in my home. I wanted to be Cliff and find my Claire. Right? So that's who I
wanted
think.
the Debbie Allen from Fame.
It's the same bloodline.
You want Fame.
It's the same bloodline. You see what I'm saying?
Fame costs.
And those women.
Here's where you What? I watched it every week for that.
Look, but both of those women, same bloodline because they're sisters, they presented themselves to be certain caliber of women. So that's what it was. So you know what? I thank y'all for that topic of the day. We're going to go pay some bills and we're going to come back because we got some other stuff going on in the show today with my messy voice going on right now. We'll be back.
As an artist, we should reflect the time.
Why you so talented?
Cause I'm black.
Why you so amazing?
Cause I'm black.
It's really important that we build characters so that people understand their story matters.
2 Chainz and I both are just really into good food.
And when you know you are royalty, you will only aim in life to be royalty.
We're doing it right now. I don't give a damn what they say about me. Yes, I called your ass out. I know I shouldn't be saying this kind of.
Shout out to Hype Magazine Network.
Shout out to the Hype Magazine Network.
that's in the freaking on your car.
Yeah.
That's how bad it is. When you can see all of that and I know it's in my face, that's the problem.
I just want to walk by people and start blowing.
Cornelius be starting.
Like I want to go get the blower out the garage and just.
I'm actually blowing all my whole nose, and it's just coming out, and I'm seeing it in this napkin. That's how bad it is.
Well, ew.
Yeah.
Just ew.
Speaking of that confession. It is time for you to get your mind right, spirit right. Get some lotion, candles, and listen to Sister Cypher as she brings out the confessional.
Thank you so much. I hope you guys are feeling nice and wet, nice and smooth and silky. I hope y'all are ready for this confessional because I have a confession to make.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
It's about time.
Whenever women make a confession, we go, uh-oh.
Really?
Look, we already knew. We was just waiting for you.
I don't know what they're talking about.
We need to talk.
We'll talk offline.
That's scary, right?
Right.
That's scary. I have a confession to make. I find people beautiful, right? And I find particular people amazingly beautiful, right? Like, have you ever been somewhere and someone walked in a room and they're just undeniably attractive? Like, everybody can't just help but turn around and look at this person, whether it is a man or woman. You've never experienced that, Cornelius?
Only with a woman. I've never done it with a guy.
Okay, you've never seen a man and was like, wow, he is legit beautiful. Like,
never in my life.
Say those words.
What about you?
I've never
Hirsch?
Wow, he is just mesmerized.
Really? Like
Never.
Like literally not like, wow, what a handsome man. And
No, he's quite handsome. No homo.
No, I would say it's happened. I walk in the room. Alfonso
who's Alfonso?
Jackson.
Yeah.
Okay, when you put your hands up all like that,
He's one of my best friends.
oh, he's tall. That was what that was?
He's tall. He's a 6'6", locks down his back, all muscle version of me.
Where?
So you like yourself just bigger.
No, it's just
you like a bigger version of yourself.
It's just different when we walk in a room, and you can tell everybody's like, "Damn, who was that?"
Right.
So, and I acknowledge that stuff. It's not nothing that I'm like self-conscious about, but yeah, I mean, yeah.
So my next question is this, and gentlemen, since you guys are attracted to women, right? When this happens, when you see somebody that's just undeniably beautiful, right? What is your first thought? Is it, I hit that? Or is it, wow, she's beautiful? And be honest, please.
I mean, my first thought is she's beautiful. And
shortly after, how much time does it take?
Well, see, it really depends on where my mindset is. Because, like, now, I'm not even worried about sexually the capabilities of who this woman can possibly do. It's not like, well, I bet you she got skills or blah, blah, blah. I'm not even thinking that.
Because of where you are
mentally
in
right
your
now.
space
Right.
as far as relationships are
Correct.
concerned.
Because
you don't want that.
Yeah, everything's off the table right now.
Okay.
So I would acknowledge the beauty. And we can even hang out and everything, but it's not like I'm going to be wondering what her skill set is. If it happens, I'm going to find out then.
So you only think about that when you are actively pursuing somebody. That's the only time you're actually thinking about you. I mean, you don't do like mental Rolodex pictures for when you're by yourself with your hands. No. Okay.
What?
What?
What about you, Cornelius?
Wait. I could dial back and tell you why. Because the thing is let's just say I sit there and I fathom this whole picture in my head. Like, man, she's look good. Oh, we look good together. Oh, there's a bikini picture on her on the IG and everything. And I sit there and hype myself up. And then I get to a point where I might say, let me see if she's available. And she's not available or not interested. Then I just hype myself up for nothing.
You go way too far and deep into that than what I think myself and other people go into
Probably.
Probably, but that's his personality.
yeah.
That's who he is.
So
What do you think about it?
I think we go one and two. You go, okay, and you can announce their beauty, and then you go to yourself, yeah, I'll hit that. But I don't think it goes no further than that. You know what I'm saying? I don't think you go, I'm trying to pursue that. You might see somebody go, and your mind is goes one is beauty and go, yeah, I would do it. Mm-hmm. But I think it goes no further than that for a lot of people. For go, I'm not going to hype myself or go check an Instagram because you just did a glance by. You know what I'm saying? Wow. I mean, that's it.
But I mean, it can be overwhelming, right? Like if you go to a club in ATL and the amount
you might
of
see
beautiful
a lot of
women around,
scattered booty running around. You're gonna see just a field of booty, just
Well, I mean, let's be real.
just a field of it. But I don't mean you trying to take every one of them home.
Right? Exactly. No,
I mean, you're not trying to do that. You just might.
No.
Well, I'm just talking about acknowledging beauty and what first comes into your head. Because my confession is, when I see somebody that I think is beautiful or attractive, like I immediately look. Like it's just
It's natural.
what it is.
Yeah.
Even when I'm with my man. Do you know what I mean? Even when I'm with my man. And for me, it's for both. I can see a very beautiful, and I probably see more beautiful women than I see men that are undeniably beautiful, if I'm just honest about
You
it.
lick your lips when you see them, though.
Never lick my lips. My thoughts are never sexual, ever. I'm never like, oh my God, I just want to see him naked. Like, it's never that. It's like, damn, he take good care of himself. He look good.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, that's
He's
as far as it
swole,
goes.
like-
Which is it's fine.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Well, here's the question. Here's where it might become wrong, right?
Here we go.
So have you ever been in that situation with a significant other, whether somebody you've dated for a long time or it's a first date? What is your first thought if you are somewhere with this person and you see somebody? What happens, like, in your mind? Is your first thing, okay, let me be careful so the person that I'm with doesn't see me looking at this person? Because a lot of times you can't even control it, right? Like, you just look. What happens?
You want to take that one, Cornelius?
Your first thought is
stuck on pause. Like
your first thought is, if I look, I'll probably get a crick in my neck. Oh,
if I do this,
Break your neck.
you're like, I'm gonna get in trouble.
if I do this, I'm gonna get a whipping.
You go.
I do this.
So you think about the trouble before your eyes just look over there.
I think you think about both of them. You're going, okay, I'm just going, because you don't want to be offensive. You can go, oh, because most time you looking at a woman, she's wearing some of you notice on her shape, you're going, oh, wow, I just noticed, wow. And then guys, we slow, so we turn our head.
I know.
And then we spin around and we just, we don't take a digital picture.
Cornelius.
We don't take a digital picture. We take a Polaroid and then got to shake it out. And
We are not slow. Men are reactionary.
But you guys are also predators and have things set up so that, wait, I don't mean that in a mean way. Let me change it. You're hunters. Does that sound better than predator?
men are admirers the same way men do with
Women do the
with
same
women, the same thing. We do with cars that drive by. Like if we had a car show, you go, man, look at them, like Freaknik was big.
Exactly.
The old school Chevy. And you just watch the car as it's going down, and it's down the road. You're still watching the same car.
I have
And then
seen.
a girl will walk by on the button, you turn around the other way, and then you'll see a guy, like that dance on the way, like
Yeah.
when they do. That's men. They just head just back and forth. Just at any big event during the summertime, you'll see them all.
But I've also seen this. I've seen guys potentially see somebody from a distance, rearrange their whole position when they're with their person so that when that person walks by, they're able to get a clean shot.
Vantage point.
And the other vantage point. And that means that you plan that out. Like this is something.
He didn't
right?
plan it out.
He didn't plan it.
He adjusted to a circumstance.
He adjusted, and he didn't
That's
want
the-
to be
that-
offensive. Like, hold on, I'm not going to turn something.
That's a good sniper. You got to test the wind. Right. You got to make sure ain't none obstacles in the way so you can get your straight shot.
The better thing is when you're with your significant other and another dude in the room is with his significant other, and y'all both see the thing walk by, and y'all just kind of glance at each other and go,
Right.
like, we don't get each other though, but I noticed you.
But that would be the fun thing, and it's like both of y'all recognizing beauty, but not to a point where it's like, oh, I'm gonna break up with you because I'm gonna try to go get that.
Yeah.
So
It
why
don't go that far.
do you think that happens? Like, what about with you? Have you ever been in a situation where somebody's checking somebody else out right in front of you? How does that make you feel?
So, Here we go. I've experienced it, and most recently I experienced it and didn't realize it because this was an afterthought. So, somebody brought it up to my attention. Anyway,
Can't wait to hear this one.
I had the experience where both of us saw this beautiful woman walk by, and both of us like, man, she is gorgeous.
You said it out loud to each other.
I didn't. She did.
She said it first.
Right.
Okay. Because that's what I always do. Because I want you to feel free. Please say you saw the same ass I just saw. And don't act weird.
Right. And see, and that's the thing. Certain things can, when Cornelius starts saying, when you start thinking about it, because it really depends on who you are with that person at that time, because it can go so left so quick. Because you can have this, okay, you both at brunch. Oh, man, that was beautiful. Blah, 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 blah. And they'll talk about it at brunch. But when you get home, then it was like, you really thought she was beautiful? And then you get freaking interrogated after. It was like, but you said something. I've been to that point.
Okay.
Right? I've been to a point where I knew the other person was hella jealous.
I got you.
So it was like, that conversation couldn't even be had. But then I've also been in a situation where I found out that my significant other saw this woman and she was attracted to him.
Okay.
But she never told me she was into women.
Okay.
I found out later after we broke up.
Oh, I know you were mad.
I mean, my thing is, if this is what you do, right? Just be honest with me.
Be who you are.
Just be who you are. And there's no judgments that's going to come from me. The only judgment is that you wasted my time. Like, if you were into women and you were just like, okay, because the surfaces, I'm going to fake this funk because I'm trying to get with you just to be comfortable, you know, whatever, then you're wasting my time. You're insulting my intelligence. And that's not cool at all.
Insulting the intelligence, because that's how I feel. I do not want the person I'm with to pretend and fight everything they can to not look at somebody because they're trying to protect me. I am who I am. I'm not going to ever look like anybody else. I accept me for me, so I'm good. And if I feel loved by you and all of that, I'm straight. I don't care. Let's look at people.
I think that's the key. I think it's how y'all relationship going and where you are with yourself. But if your significant other has a type and you're not that, seem to be the type that every time he's out there and it's a certain type of woman with a certain type of body he's always seemed to be fanning over, then that will bring some insecurity into your relationship.
But isn't that person with you? So even if they have a type, you're their type as well. No?
Yeah, but
I would think.
You would think that, but it would still be, I mean, because we all, whether we admit it or not, we all have some things about ourselves that we don't like.
We all do.
And then
tons.
I mean, so when you with somebody, you know, they love all of you, but then you go and you keep noticing, like if you're the lady who taking the pills, no acetol, and every time your significant other is just going crazy over
the one that got acetol,
then you going, wait a minute, you know what I'm saying? How do you not make your person feel uncomfortable?
Right. So the thing is, there's a fine point or a fine skill set to be able to acknowledge somebody's beauty without diminishing the one that you're with. And it has, to me, that has nothing to do with. Yeah, they're hot.
And you can know, yeah,
but baby, you
they
a
look
girl.
good,
You
they
a good girl.
Though. I mean, no,
Why does there have to be a but? Why can't it just be like,
about
damn, she is gorgeous, and keep it moving? Yo, pass me the salt.
That could be a setup for most men.
That could be a setup.
For most
so
men.
is this something important for you guys? Like, because I think for me, in the beginning of my relationship with my dude, I would notice him doing that all the time, and I didn't say anything. Mm-hmm. And I didn't feel the ways. I thought it was kind of funny. So I enjoyed watching him uncomfortably trying to do what he was doing and thinking I didn't see it. He forgets that I was a strip club DJ for years. I have seen all types of men doing all types of things. And all of my homies are men. So I look at things a little bit differently. So it was hilarious. And when we finally talked about it, he was kind of embarrassed.
So y'all finally talked about it?
Oh, yeah. We finally talked about it and we discussed it. And I wish we did it earlier, but I did enjoy watching him uncomfortable for all that time.
So
do you know what I mean?
How long was it before you actually said something?
Oh, it's a couple years. It wasn't fast.
A couple of years.
The good part was, I mean, the part I heard you say was when you talked about it, he was embarrassed.
He was
because
embarrassed.
He did not want to be offensive to you.
He did not want to be
so
offensive.
He didn't think
to
about
me.
you, but your urge is to still glance and look. I mean, that's just who we are.
Well, I mean, he knows all of my insecurities, right? Yeah. So he feels like what you guys are talking about when he sees somebody. But my insecurities are separate from who somebody is, if that makes any sense. I get it. Yeah, like I she's banging, her body's amazing, or her face, wow. And not to mention, I used to manage models. So I know what it feels like to be a woman with the most beautiful woman in the world, and you are walking into a room and nobody's looking at you. They just looking at her. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. I don't care.
So you're that low percentage of women that can really see what things actually are at that point when it comes to
I hope so, yeah. But I do want to say that I think that men and women can help each other out by making sure this is one of the conversations you have before you go in public with somebody.
Trust me.
It needs to be one of them.
Look, I'm going to put this out there. Men want to have these conversations as long as you don't make it uncomfortable for them.
But isn't that a good thing to make sure you get that out the way to know whether you even want a part two?
It's a great thing. However, you don't want to be felt like you're going to be chastised or punished for it.
But if you are, you shouldn't be with that person. That's great. I think that's date one conversation.
As long as that's why I'm bringing it up. Not looking at anybody else while they're with you the same way Can't Get Right looked at Marianne. If you make that noise,
Can't Get Right.
If he make that noise,
what I tell you about picture one?
If he make that noise the way he looked at that white lady when she grew up, then you might have a bigger issue on your hand. But if you just looking, but if you looking, you go.
So you're going to have all your homies show up like, I'll be that baby boss.
Yeah.
I'm the Batman.
Yeah.
Save your ass.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? That's a good one.
I just want to say thank you for listening to my confessions, and I hope that you guys are more open about your lives and how you feel when you see somebody beautiful, and just share it with your significant other before it turns into something crazy.
I like that. This is a good one to be open and talk about it and be confident in who you are. And if that person not, it's okay that you and that person, if they can't handle it, then it's okay. It's just not a bad thing. You're not less of a man. She's not less of a woman. They just who they are.
You know what you need from the other person. Yeah.
And so
that's what it's supposed to be. Hey, this is the Confessions on the Kiss Radio Show live here on FUBU Radio. Cypher started another one.
Look at that booty. Look at that big old booty. Look at that booty.
See.
Don't ask me to look at the dude in the gray sweatpants with you.
Ooh, I love sweatpants life.
You see how he hang? Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me.
It's gonna come back around.
Well, he don't like it. I don't mind. We can look together.
Your man go, you see that dude? See, you feel differently. Your dude said, "Hey, you see that dude in the gray sweatpants?"
We be back.
As an artist, we should reflect the time.
Why you so talented?
Cause I'm black.
Why you so amazing?
Cause I'm black.
It's really important that we build characters so that people understand their story matters.
2 Chainz and I both are just really into good food.
And when you know you are royalty, you will only aim in life to be royalty.
We're doing it right now. I don't give a damn what they say about me. Yes, I called your ass out. I know I shouldn't be saying this kind of.
Shout out to Hype Magazine Network.
Shout out to the Hype Magazine Network.
Welcome back for the best independent music worldwide. It's the Kiss Radio Show live. Your music, your way. In 3, 2, 1.
looking at that. I want to.
Welcome back to the Kiss Radio Show Live. This is your boy Corey DJ Hershey.
Your boy Cornelius George.
And it's your girl, Sister Cypher.
See, look, Cypher started another one. We been talking after the commercials.
Hey, love it.
Look, it's nice to have these conversations. Trust me, Cypher, all men want to have a open and honest conversation with their women. It's just they don't want to be just prosecuted and judged and executed for their feelings and thoughts.
Men want a certain type of conversation with their woman that's open and honest.
They want it.
They don't want all of it.
No,
we
they
don't want
want
it.
Yeah, right. Be real.
Look,
but that's why you got to do it quickly. I think that's the issue, right? We tend to find out things too late and then it deteriorates the relationship. Just find out early what you need. And it's hard to know that because it's experience and what happens is what dictates when there's going to be a problem. And that's why I think you should have certain questions like date one that you ask people to make sure you can get that out the way.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that where it's getting to a point where you're taking things personal. Just because I acknowledge somebody else's beauty on something doesn't mean I don't like you or feel that you're ugly or you shouldn't be here or shouldn't. Well, why are you with me then? We shouldn't have to go that far with it.
Not at all.
So, but now if you sitting up there and all you talking about is this person all day, then it's some kind of conversation like, oh man, I shouldn't have treated that person this way. And it's like, why you mention that? You want to go back with them? Because if you keep bringing them up, then it's like, maybe you should go back to that dude. You know, because there's one thing of acknowledging. There's another thing.
Obsessing.
There you go.
Right.
Speaking of obsession.
Wait, speaking of obsession, what?
Obsession, ain't that cologne?
Well, no.
Isn't that a movie?
Well, yes and yes. Obsession. Age ain't nothing but a number.
Ooh.
Who said that?
R. Kelly.
Aaliyah.
That's the wrong person.
Aaliyah specifically with a really blurred out, creepy R. Kelly in the background. Just staring on the side.
Yeah.
Obsession.
Age is a number.
Obsession.
Getting down is everything.
What is your limit?
Age is the time you can go to jail.
What is your limit? Question of the day. Is there a age factor difference, timeline, whatever you want to call it?
Yes.
That you would or you would not date in your threshold?
Can't be close to my mama age.
And your mom is how many years older than you?
My mother is 19 years older than me.
Okay, so 19. So what's close to her age? 5 years?
5 years ain't close to her age, but if my mom is almost 70 and you 68, no.
What if she walk in looking like Mary J. Blige?
Still.
Because Bo Talley looks like a 30-year-old. Like,
oh my God.
she is insane.
But I can't imagine taking Bo Talley to my mama's house and they sitting there talking about knitting stuff, you know what I'm saying?
Is that what you think older women talk about, just knitting? You think they don't talk about them boys' shoulders?
And what if they going what food box they gonna go to and what they doing at the old folks' home?
What if Taraji P. Henson walked in, but she's actually 70 years old? But she looks exactly what she looks like now.
We ain't dating.
but
if Taraji is 70, I mean I'm close to 72. And
no.
older than that.
You're your age right now.
I'm at my age right now, and Taraji, and she's 70 years
but
old.
But look exactly how she looks now.
Well, she looking the same. She's still 70. The motor's still 70, dog. The motor's still 70.
Interesting.
And what is a 70-year-old motor?
Worms.
Oh, nah, dude. Nah. You said worms. I want to shout out my homeboy.
Hilarious.
We don't call him Labibi, who is so my homeboy is in his mid 60s, and he only likes to date young women. Like,
okay, let's
right now the person he's with is 24, I believe, 23 or 24.
And he is?
And he, like I said, he's in his mid 60s.
Okay.
He looks amazing. Like he's really in shape. And he's one of my closest friends, even though I totally disagree with a lot of things he says, but he lives a really happy life. And this is his rationale. I'm always like, what do you get out of a young girl? Like, what do you get out of them? You can't have conversations. He was like, I don't need them for conversations. I got you for that, Syfy. He calls me Syfy. And I'm like, really? Like, that's enough? He was like, yeah, I just want them to look good, do everything that I tell them to. And on top of that, you know what I'm saying? just not have too much to say. I have my friends for that. I have my social life with my friends. I have my sexual life with my girls or wife or whatever. He even moved to Ethiopia specifically for this reason, so that he doesn't look like a crazy person, because here it's different. And then I said, well, well, what do you have against women like your age? He's like, if I'm honest, they have way too many demands. I have lived a life of demands. It is my time to have fun and do what I want to do. And I am not going to sit here and allow somebody to mess with me. I just want to be happy. I'm a kind person. I just want my food at a certain time. I don't want to make it. I want you to make it. I have no problem paying for everything and taking care of your family and you and all that, which I cannot afford to do in America. I mean, he's just dead ass honest about it. And it sounds really chauvinistic and I don't know, creepy, but also he is living an amazing life. He is a kind person, and his girls tend to be pretty happy, it appears.
I can kind of understand it partially. Because there are a lot of demands when you're dating here in the States. It's crazy because, well, now that we having sex, I need blah, blah, blah. And it's like, when did that become, last time I checked, when we're intimate, we're both giving each other to each other. Right. How come all of a sudden I have demands? Like, I got a honey-do list. Right. I don't want to be in a relationship when I'm living the rest of my life in servitude. That's not what it is. It's no. The shackles are different than slavery now.
Right. But
I'm not trying to do
He
that.
says it's not servitude, even though the opposite way is true. Like, he's really funny. He's in shape because he eats on a schedule. He exercises on a schedule.
That's fine.
And he wants somebody else to deliver that schedule.
Look, this is the thing. That's his house.
Perfectly fine. And if he is doing it and they are legal consent age and they are willing to do that, that's perfectly fine for him.
However,
that's not for me.
Because you want to have conversations.
Because, I mean, I do have my friends I can talk to, but I don't see myself doing that with somebody who is so much. If you're in my kids' age bracket, you know what I'm saying, their range, then my son and myself range should not overlap. At no point in time should it overlap. At no point in time should it overlap.
Because that would be awkward, like at a picnic, right? With your whole family, a family reunion. That's just
I think
weird.
It does kind of.
Which table y'all sitting at?
I think it kind of messes with the
little kids table.
I think it kind of messes with the family dynamics and relationship that you have. So I love my kids, love my parents. I don't think mine and my dad's age should ever overlap. Even though we might be like right there budding up at the end of it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Lois, he should be there, and the highest I should,
Yeah, no, I'll totally agree with you. And again, it really boils down to, as long as you're of legal age, and what you want in your house. I got a large feeling that Cypher just got devices and things that, push buttons and lights come on. And that's
because I'm a videographer?
Yeah, exactly. That's why I feel that way.
I'm not sure what you're talking about. What you talking about?
Denial.
Do you? If you want to date somebody 20 years, 30 years younger than you, do you?
That's
their age, Lionel Richie?
I think that we should say this, though, and this goes back to one of our previous shows. Make sure that you have your stuff together before you date anybody anyway. Get your car, get your house, get your education. Period.
Hands down.
Period.
Don't get on the back of somebody else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless they ask you.
Yeah. That's the Kiss Radio Show for today.
We didn't even come up with an answer. What's the threshold? Open to interpretation.
I've been asking.
Right. I think it is whatever your limit is for yourself. Your friend, he could do 30, 40 years. Mine is not that. Mine isn't. My mom is 19 years older than me. Then we're going to be somewhere about 10 years.
Right.
That.
Your house is your house.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't hit on me if you're super old. Leave me alone.
If you got an AARP card, I'm looking for you.
And if you're too young, leave me alone.
Look, closing remarks. CG, go ahead.
Closing remarks. Fellas, be careful when your woman's had that conversation about y'all can look at people's bodies, because she's going to ask you to look at the gray sweatpants one day. She's going to throw you off. So you going to look, because if you going to do it, it got to swing both ways. You look at that dude tight butt over there, baby. You can follow me. Go to my website, jcorneliusgeorge.com. All of my information on there. Follow.
Oh, my goodness, Cypher.
All right. Well, I would like to leave with these closing remarks. Love is more important than age. All right, that's it. Love is more important than age. So make sure that you, number one, love yourself so you know exactly how you want others to love you, despite of your age. All right, that's it. You can find me at Sister Cypher all across the board.
All right. I am Core DJ Hershey. I ain't got nothing to say because my colleagues, they like to quote me at the end of the day.
Dominoes, 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 dominoes. Diggity domino.
Even though I got rid of that statement all of 2021.
Come on, give us something, man.
Okay. Make sure when you're in love, they are of age.
All right, on that note.
On that note, this is the Kids Radio Show Live. I'm your boy, Core DJ Hershey.
Your boy, Cornelius George.
And his sister, Cypher.
This is FUBU Radio, iHeart and Odyssey. We'll be back. We got one more show to go. We'll be back.
As an artist, we should reflect the time.
Why you so talented?
Cause I'm black.
Why you so amazing?
Cause I'm black.
It's really important that we build characters so that people understand their story matters.
2 Chainz and I both are just really into good food.
And when you know you are royalty, you will only aim in life to be royalty.
We're doing it right now. I don't give a damn what they say about me. Yes, I called your ass out. I know I shouldn't be saying this kind of.
Shout out to Hype Magazine Network.
Shout out to the Hype Magazine Network.
TP, look, they get it, how they live it. Yeah, they live it, how they get it. FUBU Radio, keep it spinning. And if you like it, you should listen. But don't bite what they inventing unless you finna call for what percentage. Now you tripping off that vision. Treat this music like religion. I told you we don't stop. DJ Hershey, let it bang at the side. Want a music revolution? Yeah, you come to the right spot. Oh, you wanna bubble with the beat? This FUBU Radio, Atlanta family. Cornelius gon' call them up. Y'all been knowing this for a while. Quit playing like you don't know. Turn the volume up real loud. You gotta feel it when it's that dope. You know you're rocking with the best right now. This is FUBU Radio, so don't you dare touch the dial. We slow. What you listening to is
That's right. You heard it first. This is FUBU Radio here at Kiss Radio Show Live on, as I said, FUBU Radio, iHeart and Odyssey. I'm your boy, Core DJ Hershey.
Your boy, Cornelius George.
And this is Sister Cypher.
We are back one more again here in the KRSL studios.
Yes, I love the studio, yo.
Yeah, fresh.
What?
Pollen's still getting to me, though.
Oh, man.
Hey, how y'all doing today?
Amazing.
I'm just all right.
Doing amazing.
Why you
Doing
just all
amazing.
right?
You know, there's sometimes you feel amazing like Cornelius and you're floating, and sometimes, you know, your feet are just on the ground and you're moving.
I get it. I get it. That's where I am. I'm partially floating. Pollen's got my tailpipe clogged up.
Tailpipe?
Intake. Wrong word.
Wrong
one. On to the next one. Hey, last show.
Something you want to tell us?
No, we good.
Please let us know.
No surprises.
You know, Mo has that CMOS when she comes back
no
to clean
surprise.
out your tail.
We're
Okay.
good. We're good. Last topic we had on the show before, which was because of it's still Women's History Month.
Okay. You're going to skip over the tailpipe being clogged.
Yeah, because it's nothing to talk about. Why do women ask for answers and don't want to listen to the answer? That was the last question.
We did that already. You bringing it back?
Yeah, we done that one.
Can I finish?
Okay. Remix.
I'm sorry, y'all. His tailpipe is clogged up. He can't get it all out in one time. Go ahead. Yes, we can listen.
Oh, good Lord. Conversation. Let the man have a conversation. That was the last Women's History Month question that I brought out.
Got you. Sorry.
Okay.
Sort of.
We good?
Yes.
All right.
You're straight now.
Okay.
He kind of crooked.
Yeah. Question. Would you expect your partner to take on the responsibility of someone new when you're dating?
What? The responsibility of someone new. So, like, if you had a throuple.
Let's just say you're single, right? You meet each other. One person got kids, house, specifically the woman, kids, house, car, utilities, blah, 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 blah. Cornelius is now in the mix. Now it's Cornelius' job to take over those responsibilities. And vice versa.
How long we dating?
Oh, you just met.
Nope. I don't care who it is. Nope. It ain't your responsibility to do that. And you're dating? You just met?
You just met?
You just met and you're dating. And I mean, let's think about it. Let's put it in the stages. You just met. That's one scenario. Let's just say you 2 years into dating. You still got your own place. She still got her own place. You got your own set of responsibilities that you built on yourself. It wasn't like during this relationship, you both decided to go get a car or you both decided to get a place, you know.
So after 2 years, you definitely have a responsibility to your partner's family. Not full responsibility, but you are definitely either, like in my case, it would be a mother figure to their children, an older woman who cares for you and is invested in your education, your spiritual health, your emotional health. So there's huge responsibilities there. Absolutely. Absolutely. And if you're talking about finances, you know, sure, why not? Not complete. You know, it's your responsibility to make sure that they have, you know, clothes, their uniforms for school and new shoes and this and that. But when you are in a relationship, of course you guys are supposed to take care of one another. Absolutely.
Cornelius?
Depends.
Like the
if she wears
diaper?
Them?
Yes, like the diaper. Because it depends on, I think if you're new to a relationship, then that's a no, it's not your obligation. If you're 2 years in, it's still not your obligation to do that. That's something that if you are helping out, if you know what I'm saying, it all depends on where y'all are in your relationships 2 years in, and if y'all are at that place, you know what I'm saying, where you are around the kids, then you're helping out as you see fit, and you're doing those things there. But it should be expected that okay, you got your own place and you're paying her bills too as well. Nope, but if you over there eating dinner, then yeah, you should be pitching in for stuff like that because you are being that part there. But are you obligated to do it? No. Should it be expected? You should do as y'all see fit. And that's a conversation. So you go, well, he needs shoes. Then if you decide to do those, you can. If you don't, then you don't because it's not totally your responsibility.
Right,
It's
not totally.
I mean, it's not your, until y'all make it official saying, yo, this is what we're doing because this is what we're doing and we're heading in that direction, then yeah. But other than that, no, it's not, you can't expect somebody to do something that they're not obligated to do. You can't.
Okay. I would co-sign some of that. Most of that. Majority of that. Yeah.
All right, what differs for you, Hirsch? And I know you're being specific. You always so specific. That's why you told him it's specifically with women, specifically on their side.
Well, yeah, because experiences from what I'm hearing, my own experiences, stuff like that, I've heard, seen, and thought of a scenario where you both have your own worlds, right? You never knew each other at once, but then worlds met. Y'all knew each other existed now, and y'all decided to, okay, let's see if the dating realm is up to us. Before I met you, you had a car, you had rent, you had utilities, everything that's needed in order to live life, right? Mm-hmm. I have them too. So now that we're dating, why are you asking me to fund your bills? And then
I think
the question, not the question, the response is, well, you're the man in the relationship. You're supposed to provide.
Yeah,
I think that's individual. But I think that's where a lot of breakdown comes in because situations that I've known of that were where women were introduced to the guy and he had kids, they would just naturally go doing small things. You know what I'm saying? They would go, hey, I saw this outfit she might like. Yeah. You know, they would do those things there. But as far as, hey, I'm going to come give you $150 on your light bill, I've never heard women just voluntarily do that. And that's why I think the breakdown becomes from between the sexes on that side. Women would do that. If you got a daughter and she'll come in there and help volunteer to decorate the room, that she's going to be in, all those little things that they think we as guys don't do and don't think of. So, hey, Easter's coming up, and y'all know y'all go to church. I saw this cute little outfit. They'll do those things for your kids. They'll go those little, hey, I saw this, and they'll pick that stuff up. When it comes to guys, it's always, well, you should be paying this bill, and I don't think we think about, I saw these shoes, I saw this outfit. We don't really, some guys don't think like that. So I think that's the only difference. No, so at one point you're talking about gifting. Like, I would see something, even though you have kids, they're not my kids, but if I see something that I would like, hey, I saw this in the store, I'm going to get it for a little June bug, whatever the boy's name is or the girl's name is. That's gifting. Now I'm talking about to a point where as soon as you're starting to see each other, you automatically think, now my bills are your bills. That's scandalous. You know what I'm saying? You run from that person. You run quickly. Absolutely. You don't sit there, and I think that's what we guys, we try to do. We see the red flag. We see the whole house is red, and we'll still sit there and still try to be there and trying to navigate it. No. If minute they make statements like that and you're going, that's wrong, I don't need to be a part of it. Let me put myself out completely. Because this is not perfect for me, because that's adding stress to yourself that you don't need to add. And I have to speak for the ladies. At the end of the day, it's the exact same thing on the other side. I always hear you guys say, well, we're expected to do this, we're expected to do that. My experience is much different from y'all's because I know plenty of women who have been doing the exact same thing to them and have many, many times. It's the exact same conversation. And to me, it's a type. It's a using type or a person who is not self-sufficient. I have way too much pride. It takes a lot for me to ask for something, which I don't think is also necessarily good because if you need something, the person you should go to is your significant other, right? So that's also an issue, but that's how I was raised. I'm not asking for anything. I'm not. I'm just not. I'm not even asking the person responsible for it, which would be like their actual father, right? Like, I'm just not doing it. If I'm in a situation and I'm in a jam, I'm going to figure it out. These are my babies. These are my cubs. I'm going to do what I got to do to make sure they're straight. And if it's difficult, we just going to struggle together because me and my babies are going to be fine regardless. We can live on a cardboard box and be all right. I'm not asking nobody for anything. However, that's not how everybody thinks. We have a society of people that think people should take care of them, whether it's a significant other, the government, all types of things. Yeah, parents. There's a lot of people, and I think it's a type, despite gender. It's a type, even though I do recognize that society plays a role in that as well. And that's where I'm going at, because it seems like it's it's a thing. Society, social media is being pushed that certain things need to happen now, where you can't have a relationship without these certain things being part of it, right? I need to be flued out. I need that bag. Okay, what are you bringing to the table other than your body? Unfortunately, most people don't have a realistic view of what it takes to live a certain lifestyle. Do you know what I mean? And social media is not helping because we don't get to see realistic viewpoints of people's lives. We get to see the best parts of their lives. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it is completely skewed. I mean, because I don't share any of my bad stuff. I share the good things. Yeah. I'm not sharing my pain and agony and misery most of the time. Do you know what I'm saying? Most of the time. But, and I think that's what kids are seeing. So, my daughter's 7.
I didn't know what a Gucci and Versace and any of those things were. She does and talks about it. And we'll say, can I have this? No, we are not in that price bracket where you could ever get that unless we find a steal. A steal at Goodwill.
Literally.
You know what I'm saying? And most people aren't
stolen.
Right, right. And they're not bringing that to Goodwill. They're taking it to a consignment store so they can make some money. Yeah. But they don't even know, how much is an actual Gucci purse or outfit? It's a lot of money. No, honey.
And you're right. And I think what you said was absolutely correct. Society has not made it easy. So if you want somebody that can flew you out or fly you out and do all these things here,
it's fluid.
Then you need to be in a position yourself to do that or be around those type of people, and you go find those. Stop trying to get regular people, making regular people feel bad about themselves because they're not at the level you think they are. If the guy who's working at the Quick Trip or in any profession, he's making a decent living and he's an honorable dude, and that's not good enough for you, then don't make him feel bad because he can't do those things there. You should be able to pay. If he can't afford to pay his house bills and your house bills, he's not a bad dude. What are you doing as well? And I think that's the problem. We so busy want somebody to take care of us and say, well, I should have this so I can do what I want to. No, when they go find that person, like your
or friend. Have someone provide it for you instead of you doing it yourself. Because that's how I feel. If I can't do it for myself, I don't expect you to do that for me. I just don't.
And I think that's exactly where I was going at. And Cornelius hit it right on the head. You got certain people that actually do these things, especially here in Atlanta, right? However, now because that particular woman can't get with that particular dude that's able to provide that, they're looking to make the average Joe do the same thing. And when they can't, because they're like, no, my budget is very specific, then they try to make them feel bad about it. So that's exactly where I was going.
Kevin Samuel is so popular right now.
Yes.
Because of that statement there. You have people that want to be at a certain style, certain lifestyle they think they deserve, that you hadn't truly qualified to be at that place. And then you get mad because people are not there. And you're like, well, the rest of the guys are trash. That's not it.
Yeah.
Just be content with where you are and then find people that you. This is what I want to say, and then I'm done. The kept lifestyle, there's some cons to that too. You want somebody to take care of you and pay all your bill. There's some other cons to go with that. There's some requirements to go along with that. And if you're not willing to do that, I don't think you're ready for that lifestyle either. Because I'm not ready to be a kept guy.
Yep. This is the Kiss Radio Show live here on Fubu Radio. I Heart and Honestly will be back with the Dunce Hat.
As an artist, we should reflect the time.
Why you so talented?
Because I'm black.
Why you so amazing?
Because I'm black.
It's really important that we build characters so that people understand their story matters.
2 Chainz and I both are just really into good food.
And when you know you are royalty, you will only aim in life to be royalty.
We're doing it right now. I don't give a damn what they say about me. Yes, I called your ass out. I know I shouldn't be saying this kind of.
Shout out to Hype Magazine Network.
Shout out to the Hype Magazine Network.
It's the Kiss Radio Show live. Your music, your way. And your 3, 2, 1.
Yes, you know what time it is. Hit you with the left. Hit you with the right. It's going to hurt you. Cornelius and George and the Dunce Hat.
Oh, yeah.
CG.
This is going to be a good one this week.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, we're going to start out right here in Georgia, and we're going to work our way nationally.
Okay.
All right?
All right.
First one in Georgia.
Georgia.
An extremely drunk couple.
I already like this.
Love it. Stole a school bus.
During the day?
During the day. Stole a school bus and was driving. I guess they didn't have their CDLs properly, and they crashed through a bunch of fences.
My goodness. Where in Georgia?
Paulding County.
Oh, that's over there by Macon. Yeah.
No, that's not by Macon.
Paulding?
No.
Oh, that's Bibb. That's Bibb. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Paulding County is up by Cobb County.
Gotcha.
Up in Dallas, Georgia area. Yep. You know how drunk you got to be to, first off, you so drunk, you're like, let's steal a school bus.
I'm trying to figure out how that.
Where they get the keys from? That's what I don't know. Do they still keep the visor in the car?
Like, do they take it out of the lot? Like school bus lot?
I hate those movies like when they steal a car and the keys always up there. Like, who the hell put their keys in the visor?
You know, that's the easy write-in. Make it.
Yeah. I don't know. But they stole the school bus and then I guess they just forgot the sidewalk and everything and just ran through people's personal yards.
Do you think they're going to stay together, or is this? I'm just saying because it's kind of cool, like Bonnie and Clyde.
Well, hopefully they stole the little school bus. I think that would tell a lot about them. They were students on the little school bus and they done let the ramp down and everything.
Could you imagine if the bus driver was in the back seat taking a nap? Woke up to that.
They got the little school bus. Neek. We're going to get our friends. Speaking of stupid people, a manager at Applebee's. Did y'all hear about this?
No.
There was some leaked emails that the manager at Applebee's said because of high gas prices, we should pay our employees less money and make them work more hours.
What?
Because yes, labor is cheap right now, and we could force them to work more.
And it was in the emails.
Yes, he sent this email like you should have made that phone call. You didn't have to send that out to people. Like the regional manager sent it out and said, let's find a way to pay them less money hourly and make them work more hours.
Isn't that ethically wrong?
It's completely wrong.
But that is a conversation that happens all the time. That's not, let's get the most that we can for the least amount. Who found them? And what happened?
I think one of the employees who got the email, somebody hacked into it and they just got lucky. Yeah. So not lucky. I think they hacked into it and because he had a conversation with somebody. Because that's not something you just say.
Yeah. You knew somebody was going to, this particular person might say something stupid again.
Oh, yeah. Not again.
Wow.
All the time. Now, one of my favorite people on earth makes the dunce hat here, Georgia. Yes. And you thinking it's going to be Trump, but it's not Trump. It's one of Trump's cronies, puppet do-boys. Herschel.
Oh.
Say it right.
Herschel. That's what it's. Herschel Walker. Not Hershey, not Herschel. Herschel Walker makes the dunce hat.
What did he make the dunce hat for?
He was here in Georgia. And he was at this rally because he's running for the state senate, which is a dunce hat because he lives in Texas. First off, running for the senate, and
Wait, should we start counting them?
Yes.
Okay, let's go.
So at this rally, he's trying to impress a sea of vanilla.
Does that mean white people?
Yes. And he brings up, critical race theory.
Oh my gosh! Please.
And I quote him. He says, I'm sick and tired of CTR being taught in school. I'm sick and tired of CTR being taught in the schools. We not black. We American. You the only black person at the whole damn rally.
He did not say that.
Yes, we not black. We not white. We just Americans.
Okay.
CTR, critical race theory. Herschel, there's so much I want to say to you, sir.
Say it right now.
First thing I want to say is, I think the people who rode that little school bus should have dropped by and picked your ass up.
Well, we know they wrote the speech, so.
I don't think you need to be pandering to people about CTR. Cause don't know my grandmother had a CT scan before. I don't know what CTR is. I know what critical race theory is.
CTR, isn't that what you do when you gotta help somebody breathe?
That's what
it's CPR.
Oh,
Herschel was like, oh.
He is completely wrong.
Isn't that a Honda truck?
That I think it might be a Honda truck.
Isn't that a kind of car? Or isn't that what you use to put tapes in so that you can watch things on television?
VCR.
He just keep changing one letter.
He do what it is, man. It is. CAR.
I'm so tired of hearing about the CARs.
I wonder if he knows any of the lyrics to PYT.
I don't think that. The only lyrics he know is YMCA. Herschel.
Herschel.
And the last dunce hat go to the entire Republican Party senators at this confirmation hearing.
I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. Ooh.
Come on,
And
man.
the biggest dunce hat go to none other than, I'm not going to acknowledge my real ethnicity, Ted Cruz.
That dude.
If you did not watch this confirmation hearing, it is by far the Miss Judge Jackson is by far the poster person for what overqualified for a position is, and you've been interviewed by the most incompetent people in charge.
Did you call them people? Because I was thinking baboons.
I was thinking a lot worse, but we on radio, and I ain't trying to get in too much trouble.
No.
Well, you know, I was in and out of it listening, like in the car with NPR, and I was so offended. Like, I was so offended listening to some of these questions. It hurt my heart until I heard her responses. I mean, class act. She didn't take anything personal. She just answered questions. Was like, nah, well, I really don't agree with that. I'm keep moving. I am just in awe of how she responded.
I loved her responses, and for me, I'm glad she is. It's all happening during Women's History Month. I'm so glad it is, because it is such a historic thing that is going on.
Yes.
I even let my students know that if you go all the way back to the Dred Scott case, when Supreme Court Justice Taney said that Dred Scott should have never brought this case to court because they were never intended to be citizens in the first place. And you look at where we are now, that she's about to be on this same court when that decision was made in 1862. Look how far we've come.
Look how far we've come.
So I think that is just profound in itself. But Ted Cruz, sir, one of, I think, Herschel Walker's best friend was talking about CRT. He was talking about CRT to Judge Jackson. And he was asking herself about stuff that's in a 4-year-old's book. There's not a 4-year-old book where they talking about CRT. There's not. The language in books he bring, that's about the dumbest thing I can hear him say. But he posed questions to Judge Jackson in such a way that it made him appear to her that she hated white people. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's the message that you kind of got, the way he was posing, asking those questions. Like, do you hate white people? I can't believe you want a 4-year-old to read these books. Do you hate white people? And if the cameraman had any common sense, he'd have panned this camera slightly to the right, and he'd have saw that her husband is white. So she don't hate white people. She's married to a white guy. She's been with him for 20-something years. Why are you doing this to people? I'm going to stop right there. Ted Cruz, you and the rest of the party, I know y'all are not going to vote for her, but y'all have the minority anyway, so she's going to be the next Supreme Court justice. Dunce had that.
CG, salute to you, sir. You did it again.
Yeah. Yeah, dunce. Herschel's a dunce. They all dunces.
Herschel. That's your name now. You ain't Herschel.
Thank you once again, CG, for bringing all of the stupidness that comes out in this world. You know what? I got to salute to you, sir.
Yeah.
I have to. We've been at this for going on 5 years now.
Yep.
CG has found every stupid thing in this world and has not had any deficit in this segment.
No. It's so many that I just like. These are the biggest ones. And this week here, I couldn't wait for this. I couldn't wait for today. Like, I could not believe how stupid this is.
Is it easy? Is it easy doing this research?
It is so easy doing the research. Sometimes you ain't got to research. Sometimes it just fall in your lap.
Oh, right in your lap.
Literally. This is the Kiss Radio Show live on FUBU. We'll be back.
As an artist, we should reflect the time.
Why you so talented?
Cause I'm black.
Why you so amazing?
Cause I'm black.
It's really important that we build characters so that people understand their story matters.
2 Chainz and I both are just really into good food.
And when you know you are royalty, you will only aim in life to be royalty.
We're doing it right now. I don't give a damn what they say about me. Yes, I called your ass out. I know I shouldn't be saying this kind of.
Shout out to Hype Magazine Network.
Shout out to the Hype Magazine Network.
Welcome back for the best independent music worldwide. It's the Kiss Radio Show live. Your music, your way.
Welcome back to the Kiss Radio Show live here on FUBU Radio. We're back. We just came right off fresh off of Dunce Hat.
Yes.
How do you feel?
Herschel Walker.
Cornelius' face, he's feeling some kind of way about that man. And I don't blame you. I've always said why, I don't know why, society chose him for him to speak on all of our behalf.
Society didn't pick him. They didn't. We didn't pick him.
Nah, he just happens to be the token.
That's what I'm saying. Why is it that at every given moment that there's a scenario like this, he is the one that is the voice?
Why? Because he's the next in line for the minstrel show that they put on for us.
But wait, there's more because we've got Vernon Jones.
Oh, yeah.
Now that's funny.
He's going to make the Dunce Hat this year, too.
Yeah, we've got the doctor. What's his name again? The doctor with Trump. What's his name?
Ben
Heart
Carson.
surgeon. Thank you. We've got Ben Carson.
Yep.
We've
Candace
got Stacey
Owens.
Dash. We've got, I mean, the list goes on and on and on.
Stacey Dash does not count. She's on the little buzz with Herschel.
Yeah, but you know, Herschel's actually staying abreast. Stacey got canceled immediately, which is interesting.
She was truly clueless.
Timely comments, sir.
You know what bothers me though, that I think is part of the Dunce Hat, is all the people, all the black folk, I should say, that say that they do not trust Judge Jackson, that they feel that she's a sellout because she has a white husband. I mean, there's a lot of that conversation going on as well, which I think is rough. It's like, yo, let this woman get in there and give you an actual reason to not trust her, because right now there's nothing there.
Our group, we are the hardest people to please.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, we really are. We're really hard to please. And whether your stance on about her marriage is her business, I don't care. She found love where she needed to find it at. But if you watched any part of that confirmation hearing, you felt what they were doing to her.
Yeah, it was obvious.
And they didn't care that she has a white husband. Right. They probably felt more
Validated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and they kept saying it from the beginning. Oh, there's not gonna be a circus, but we're just gonna treat her just like we treat everybody else. No, you're not. You came at her, and she's the most qualified we've ever had at this position.
Now she's the most qualified. Period. Right?
Yeah. Out of every last one of them. I mean, she's been a public defender. She's been a defense attorney. She's done all these things. Been a prosecutor, judge. All these things that you want somebody to be a judge.
Now, you know what? You had mentioned it earlier when you started. How do you feel about the term overqualified?
I think it is a real term that where certain people of certain groups have to be overqualified. they have to be overly qualified to get the position.
Well, I'm just saying, a lot of people will use that term to say you can't hold this position.
I think that's horrible, because if that person is going for a job, that means that they want it, they need it, whatever. So if they're overqualified, isn't that kind of a good thing? But not necessarily, because it depends on who your management is. It depends on what kind of
and depending on the position you're going for.
Yeah.
Because you do want people that are qualified, and you're overly qualified, they think, how long are you going to be here? A lot of times you overqualified for a position, you're not going to listen to a lot of BS that people try to put on you.
How are you going to fit with the rest of these folk if you really are so much more qualified than them? It might not work out.
But that's exactly what I'm talking about. So if you have somebody that's overly qualified for a particular position, meaning they know how to do it well, meaning there's thresholds. Certain things.
Is that your new favorite word?
What's that?
Threshold.
No.
Okay, go ahead.
Because Cornelius, I'm big on definition.
Uh-huh.
We have people that will take a term, a statement, a word, and put their own definition to it and make it mean something totally different than what it was actually made for. So the term overqualified in one person would mean that's just something I want to use because I don't want you here.
Master's degree trying to be one of the waitresses at Applebee's. You're overly qualified for that position.
But what does that do with you being able to take care of the job?
But maybe not. Maybe not, because that is a customer service job. And you might be great on paper, but you do not know how to talk to people. Maybe the only thing you can do is memorize the order without writing it down, but you don't know how to smile. You don't know how to read the room. You don't know when to come back and when not to come back and ask for some water. You know what I mean?
Well, let's just say, if you have an MBA and you have that, I think you're overqualified for that position. I think you are.
But it doesn't mean you shouldn't get hired.
No, I don't think that's just by being how you do your interviews. So when you get hired, because if you're applying for the job, you can't. I think there are certain positions people go, I'm overly qualified for this, but if the person just has a desire to work, that's it.
That's it. But
a lot of times you feel the people in the interview, in the interview, you're like, I'm more qualified for this position than you are who's giving me the interview.
And that's normally what's the case that is in place. You have a lot of people up in upper management that don't have the qualification to hold their own job, but then they want to keep people around them that know how to do their job, plus the one that they're assigned to, in order to make themselves feel relevant.
Well, that's what you should do if you're smart. You hire people that are smarter than you. You hire team members that are smarter than you to get the job done, to learn as well. I think that's part of the problem, right? Like,
it's being taken advantage of.
Possibly, possibly not. If this is your position and you are in management, I don't care why you're there, right? And your job is to hire people, and you see somebody who's better at you with a particular thing, it is smart for you to hire that person and allow them to handle it. It doesn't mean that you're taking advantage of them. Hey, I am the marketing director, but my skill set is not really in content creation. I need someone who is a master at that so that my work looks better, because when I design or when I make something, my ideas aren't that great and it doesn't look that great. So I'm going to get somebody who's really good at it and let them do the job. I'm not taking advantage of them. They might be way smarter. They might also have marketing, advertising, all types of things behind them, but they can't do that. It's called luck.
Well,
that's okay too.
And this is where the taking advantage comes over. Cypher has got a skill set in marketing and everything she had just mentioned. I'm in a position where I hold the title to hire people like that, right? Mm-hmm. I know you're capable of doing the job, but as long as you're under my hierarchy, I look good.
Right.
Now, everybody knows Cypher is amazing what she does, right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
What if she decides to branch off? Like,
great.
You know what? There's another opportunity in the company. She can become a director or blah, 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 blah. But now me as her hiring manager, I have to sign off on it.
Yeah, and you should, with all the awesomeness.
You should.
If you're good,
what doesn't happen,
that
doesn't happen, because now if Cypher's going, now how am I going to get the work I need done and make me look good?
By hiring another one, just like her. You did it once, you can do it again.
The best example of that is the movie The Devil Wears Prada.
Yeah.
It's the best example of that, when you're not letting your people grow and move on.
It's a lot of that going on. Which is sad.
I'm in that position right now.
Yeah, it's a lot of that. Anyway, we was getting a little serious right there. Topic of the day: would you take on your new partner's responsibilities? They got kids. They just turned 2. Go change that diaper, Cornelius.
If I'm over there, then man, I mean, if it's giving them the help and the baby's 2 and they're stressed out, and you're there, don't be there all the time and you ain't doing nothing. I mean, that's just bottom line, point blank, period. Don't be over there all the time. If you're over there and the kids are there the whole time, and you can change it, go do that.
I'm gonna switch it up on you. They come to your house, Cornelius.
Why they bring that way? He ain't bringing 2 of them out. We ain't finna be in that relationship. We ain't finna do it. We just ain't finna do this.
Ding dong.
We ain't finna be that close because I ain't trying to be definitely not that.
Change my booty. Change
Definitely
my
not
booty.
That pop-up pamper.
Nope. Not coming over there. Nope.
Are you my new daddy?
So these are scenarios that can
Call me when they gone for the weekend.
I don't like you if I ain't helping you. So I think off top, I'm going to do what I know I can do, period. What I can do. But I also don't expect anything, like you better not have any expectations of me outside of the fact that I'm going to do what I'm supposed to do with someone who likes you. Changing diapers ain't nothing.
What if the expectation is that you're supposed to do for me?
Yeah, get away. Go away.
Tell me, hey,
Go away.
And there's nothing wrong with either. There's nothing wrong with them or wrong with you when you go, though, you got 2-year-old. I'm not trying to do this. I'm just not. And there's nothing wrong with that. Don't make you a bad person. Just go, hey, it just ain't for me.
Know yourself, because that will piss you off. I'm like that. Don't bring me a newborn baby.
Don't do it to me.
Do not bring me a newborn baby.
Oh, I need you to take him. No, I ain't finna. Nope. I'm sorry. We just can't do it. We just ain't made for it.
Okay.
It's like car shopping. I'm sorry, man. It just ain't made for me.
But it's different if it's like, yo, I'm in a bind. There's something going on. I need your help right now. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't got to watch the kids for a few hours. I got you.
But it depends what kind of 2-year-old you are.
But guess what? If it's happening once a week, I ain't got you no more. I'm done.
No. I'm with you. Don't take advantage of me.
I'm done.
So the one time I need help turns into a pattern.
Every week I get to get, we ain't there. Nope.
Every Friday at 9 p.m., I need help to watch my kids.
Yeah, no.
The pattern.
February.
It's Friday.
Well, that means you can't go where you trying to go.
Right.
Just saying. Okay. I'm just trying to get my head right on a couple things. Hold on. Let me write some notes.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay.
I'm not obligated to do anything that I don't want to do.
Period.
I'm obligated to take care of my children, my family. I'm obligated to do those things there. Everything else is not an obligation. You're choosing to do it. I have the right to say no.
You do.
You can't make me feel guilty about my no, because it's mine.
Absolutely. I love that. Your no is yours. N to the O. Capitals, both letters.
Both of them. Exclamation
No.
point.
One voice.
Period.
No means no.
All right. Well, thank you for tuning in on that Kiss Radio Show topic of the day. Because you know what? These topics, we try to bring levity to life, get some understanding, try to figure things out without, hurting each other or calling them a bad person because, as Cornelius say, that's his no. He has every right to say that. And just like Cypher said, that's her no. She's got the right to say no.
You're not bad because you got small kids. Just
No.
Not for me.
And that's nothing wrong with that. Closing remarks. Cypher, you go first.
All right. Don't say maybe when you mean no. Remember that. Especially, and I hate to do this because I'm going to do it, but ladies, that maybe, it's okay. Just say no. No. All right. That's it. That's all I got. Follow me at Sister Cypher.
TG.
All right. If I'm going to piggyback on what Cypher said. If they try to guilt you after you say no, say this. No, 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 hell no.
Ooh, I like that.
Let your no be no. No one can guilt you for saying no. If you don't want to do it, then you don't have to. You don't owe them anything. You don't. You can say no.
Where we find you, sir?
Go to the website, jcorneliusgeorge.com. Stop saying no to me about going to my website. Just go click to follow.
Can I say something real quick before you say your thing?
Yeah,
I just found this online. It just says freedom isn't the ability to say yes, it's the ability to say no. And freedom is what we all really want. Freedom to be who we are.
Yeah, I like that freedom, but the additional freedom is not to be judged after that. Because now, you're feeling some kind of way because I told you no.
You ain't make me feel good about saying no.
I don't care how you feel.
You're selfish. You're different here.
I don't care.
Okay, I'll be that. It's still no.
Yeah.
You're selfish for not accepting my no.
That is a good viewpoint.
Yeah. Who cares if you're getting judged, man, when you are being truthful to yourself?
Yeah. I am Core DJ Hershey. DJHershey.com. CoreDJHershey.com. All the way around.
.com?
Com.
Okay, gotcha.
Make sure I don't follow that.
Yeah. I don't want you to do that, sir. My closing remarks. Stop changing the definitions to your own ish. I don't like it.
The definitions of your own ish?
what
Like instead
is
of
a
calling
car?
it poop? Oh. A car? A hoopty.
Automobile, however the definition in the dictionary says it is. Don't change it, Herschel, Walker.
Yep.
To utilize it for your own good, and it's not. It has a whole different meaning than what it was meant for.
You're talking about CTR.
Yes.
Gotcha.
It's the Kiss Radio Show live. Hopeful, but we'll see y'all next week.
Bye.